Hello, YouTube and fellow Bitcoin enthusiasts. Today, Bitcoin is shooting for the moon as Washington is burning. This is very expected as political instability is a huge driver of the Bitcoin price. And at the moment, the higher the instability, the higher the price. So this is very much expected as people want to change their liquid assets into something they can move easily around just in case they would have to for some reason. So, as this is going on, I think now things are much calm, much more calm than they were last night. I think we've seen order restored for now. So I expect that to be a little bit bearish as Americans wake up and find that Congress have announced the president. But let's dive into the charts and see what we can read from the charts. Right now, it's very hard to make any sort of prediction. I mean, there was a trade down here, which had a target up here, but that was broken twice. So I think right now we just have to not care too much about trading signals and more about what's going on in American politics. I don't think we can make much trade patterns out of this, and we're at a new all-time high anyway, so it's hard to. We don't have any data points for making any good triangles or pattern trading. So we're reduced to Japanese candlestick trading, which is not my specialty. So I will not try too much to do that. What we can talk about is where we are in a historical perspective. So if we zoom out, first we can see where our safety lines are. So we have one line that is running here from this breakout. I mean, we already overreached on the target for the breakout, but I think this is due to because the target for this breakout here is at max up here. That's like the maximum target for this breakout of this closing wedge. Um, we already reached that, so based on that, we should see a little bit of a dip. And then we have the line from this breakout, so which is our first safe line, or where we expect the price to bounce off. Um, we see it did go here and it sort of stabilized and stay above this line here, and also on this candle didn't cross. So that is our first line, and then we have the other line down here at the. This goes all the way back to the breakout from the 12K, I believe. If it's no, it's just the 20K. So this is the breakout from the 20K, and I think also we can maybe draw another line that can act as a sort of buying point line if you're looking to buy more Bitcoin. But remember, you are responsible for picking your own selling and buying points. This is just for, well, this is just my thoughts. So here we go. We have this line. So if we were to crash, dump immediately down to this line, price would be at 31,000, which is what it was kind of yesterday. So Bitcoin is exploding now. And so is a lot of other stock, especially stocks that do well when people are nervous for the markets, like Smith and Wesson, for instance, they are doing well. Probably security stocks and everything that have to do with security. And by the way, guys, if there is any stocks you want me to look at, just write so in the comments and I'll put them into my model and give you an outlook of what I think about the stocks. So don't be afraid to just post a comment and I will make an analysis of it. So both with pattern trading and also with just to do analysis of the fundamentals, of course. Um, so let's take a look also at where we are in a historical perspective. That can always be interesting. So then we put on not the moving averages, we have those on. Let's do this. Zoom out to weekly and then go on logarithmic scale, auto, and here we are. So here we have our buy zones. Normally we buy in the green zone, that's when we accumulate. And once we pass over in the yellow zone, that's when we're thinking about selling. But of course, this is also dependent on the situation. So in the last bull market of 2019, we crashed after reaching the yellow line. I don't think this will happen now. I think this is sort of just a mini bubble. There's not much kind of driving this bubble, but there are so many things driving this bubble that we are in now, because we are in bubble territory. So let's call a bubble for a bubble. So we're reaching into yellow. That doesn't mean we can't have a long way to go. We might go all the way up here, or we might just continue. No one knows. But this is what the historical data is telling us, that we're past the accumulation zone and that we're moving into the danger zone. We're not in the sell zone yet. Well, this can be a sell zone, but we're not like we were more extended back here than we are today. And many people are saying that this is just the beginning and that this time we're going to go even higher, even on this chart. But we never know. So you need to figure out your own risk. I'm just showing you what Bitcoin have done historically here. And this thing is what everyone's talking about. This tweet from a few days ago about Elon Musk ponders Tesla putting billions into Bitcoin. So that would be amazing if he did. Because think about these tech companies for a second. They have the same problem as you, me, and everyone else. They're afraid that the dollars they have is going to lose value. And big tech companies can't be seen to buy gold because that would just send the world into a panic. But they can be seen buying cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency is new, it's techy, it's savvy, and their shareholders would probably appreciate them taking a little bit of the cash reserves and putting it into to Bitcoin, another cryptocurrency, preferably Bitcoin. So this is probably one part of what's driving the market upwards. The other part is the unrest, and of course, retail is part of it, but not the main reason, I believe. And investors, institutional investors, is also a huge part of it. So this is the outlook for the long term, and remember, the friend is the trend is your friend, and so as long as we are clearly in an uptrend, even on a logarithmic scale here, so um, then yeah, we would be crazy to do anything other than to try to buy here, um, or at least not short. Um, and if you're trying to get into Bitcoin and you wonder how to do it, a good strategy can be, at least it have been for me, is when we're in an uptrend to sort of pick one week, just start to say you want to put $100 into Bitcoin every week. So what you can do is you can say, okay, I put in, say you put in $100 here on a Monday, and then next week you measure this, and you see, okay, Bitcoin's been rising for, let's say 10% to make it easy. So you put $100 there, and since Bitcoin have been rising for 10% during the week, then you take 10% off the $100 you put in. So this week you only buy for 90. And then if it continue to rise 10%, then you buy for 10% less than 90. Um, so as we go up, you invest less and less every week. But then if we go down, then you invest 10% more. And if we go down the following week, you invest 10% more. So this way, you will kind of limit your risk on the upside when we're going up, because you know we are getting close to a point where we might collapse. And then you can do the opposite when you're going down, because then you, of course, you are buying because you think it will rise back up and go higher. So that would have been a very good strategy for people who did that during during all these bear markets when Bitcoin was um, going through these bear markets here, for instance. So if you just carefully say you started here and you carefully put in a thousand, 100 every week, less and less and less, and then more and more and more and more and more and more. So then when you were down here, you were buying the most. And then, of course, it went straight up. So that can be an idea, an investment strategy. So try it if you want to, but remember you are responsible for your own trading. And I'll think we have said what we have to say today. We just have to appreciate that the price is very good at the moment, and there are not too many things we can do with pattern trading other than to follow the trend and hope for the best here. So, with that, I wish you all a very good day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.